Why do we look so old?
Because we look old. You can move closer if you want.
I don't want to move it closer. I just want to adjust it. Stop. Stop.
Good evening.
Hi,
Not good
everybody.
morning. Gotta talk a little bit louder.
I
Because the
know
wind's blowing.
I don't want to talk too loud because there are people on the back porch way over
Oh,
there.
look
See
at that.
over there? Wait, right there. No, I'm just kidding. Over there. In that pink house back there, little pink houses. So I don't want to talk too loud. And then I really have to talk over the wind too because the wind is really loud.
Your wind chimes.
Yeah, my wind chimes are very loud. But we were just having a conversation on our porch and decided that we should just go live because this is a really good conversation, and 5 a.m. is really early for us, and we're on a food truck. So last week,
Those are outtakes.
yes, last week, as you know, we didn't even do the podcast because we were on a food truck.
Food
So
truck.
yeah, and that has been our life. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about
I need some help.
no, I need help. He doesn't need help. But we're talking about defining help and how do you define help? And so when we were loading up the trailer, and we have been, it may be a little windy, I'm sorry. But as we were loading up the trailer, there is this bird. And anybody who's been to Riverside has seen this bird. And the bird is, I call her Floppy because she has a floppy hand. It's really flat, and she kind of can't move. And you would think that she could fly, but she can't either. So she must have been hurt on one side.
She's got a
And
broke leg.
yeah, broke leg, broke wing. I don't know.
Something broke.
Yeah, on that side of her body.
Maybe her
And
spirit's broke.
anyway, so I have been trying to help Floppy, and my husband was trying to help her as well, but he was trying to drown her, I think, by giving her water
Can I give her
because,
some water?
yeah, but she doesn't know she needs help. And so she was just sitting in the sun baking, and she doesn't know how to go and get any help. And, I was thinking to myself, how is she even eating? Because she can flop, but she can't fly, and she can't dig. So how is she eating, and what is she eating? So I'm not sure how long she's going to live, but it made me think about her, and how can I help her? And then we were talking about it, and my granddaughter says, Grandma, you need to YouTube University it. You need to figure out how to take care of an injured baby bird or an injured bird because she's not a baby. And so we were talking about it, and we were like, everybody's definition of help is different. And as we were getting ready to turn the camera on because it was such a good conversation, something happened behind me over there at the pink house. Where's the pink house?
Quit moving so much. It's
I
right
know,
there.
I'm trying to show. See, it's over
Right
there.
there.
Yeah. So at the pink house back there, it's a recovery home for addicts. And you didn't even know this because you went inside. So this is a surprise. But the addict, I meant the addict was walking up the street, and you could tell she was an addict because, she had half clothes on, and she was like twitching and stuff. And
There's a lot of assumptions there.
it really was, but I could tell she wanted to ask me something, but she didn't. She kept walking, and there was another lady at the recovery house, and she was sitting on the porch. So that lady walks over to her and says, "Hey, hey, 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 hey," and starts bothering her, I guess, or whatever. And she says, uh, the lady at the recovery house that's sitting on the step looks at her, and she's like surprised, taken back by her. And then the other lady that was walking with no shoes and a half a shirt on, and just anyway, a lot of assumptions, so I won't assume. But she asked the lady for a cigarette. She introduces herself first, and after she introduces herself, then she asks for a cigarette. And the lady from the recovery house gets up, walks over there, and as the other lady waiting for the cigarette is standing at the curb, and she's jicking and twitching and stuff, and the other lady brings the cigarette and lights it up for her and gives it to her. And I thought, isn't that cool? She didn't ask for money or any of that. She just asked for a cigarette. And I thought, the recovery house, they were addicts there, and I could tell that she sympathized with her, and so she gave her the help she was asking for, not the help she thought she needed, but for her that was the help she needed. So I thought, wow. And I got to watch all that, so it was pretty cool. So I don't know where we were going with the
Oh
how do
no,
you define
I
help.
was in your story, so
Okay, thanks. But remember, we were talking about it and we were saying, how do you define help? Because some people don't want the help they need, like Floppy, And you were saying somebody else asked you for help, but do you want to be paid for help? Or do you want me to help you for free? Or do you want, that type of thing? I think that's where our conversation was going.
yeah, because sometimes when people say, "Do you need help?" If you're working on something or you're doing something, they'll say, "Hey, I can help you if you want," or "If you need help," or "Can I help you?" And sometimes their idea of help is being paid, or wanting some sort of compensation
Compensation.
for what they're doing. And so there's not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think we have to clarify what help looks like for us. So sometimes help does cost you money. Sometimes help does cost, or I say it costs you money, or it can be money. Sometimes help is discipline and correction. Sometimes
Yeah.
help is direction. Sometimes help is being told no. Sometimes help is being told yes, you have to do this. So I think defining what help is has a lot to determine on our character.
Sorry.
Has a lot to determine on what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to uh, our goals or what that is. And so I think a lot of times we want to we want to help people, and then there's people that we don't want to help, and then sometimes we need help but we won't ask for help. Sometimes we want to help
Yeah.
others that don't want help, and so but a lot of times I think most of the time our idea of help and what somebody else's idea of help is a lot different.
Yeah.
And I think that's where sometimes in our communication we get distracted, upset, frustrated because we haven't defined what that help should be or what it looks like. And so, because we don't know what that looks like or what that help is or how it's defined, someone that can actually be helping us, we may not even take that as help. We'll just say, man, that didn't even help me. When in actuality, they actually did help you, but
Yeah.
you didn't, it wasn't the kind of help that you wanted. It
Yes.
wasn't the kind of help that you were looking for or
Yes.
the kind of help that you thought that you needed.
Yeah.
So
Kind of like, it's funny because I'm not sure that we've
I'm
ever
trying
talked.
not to rock. I just want
I
y'all to know
know.
because
I'm like, stop it.
I rock all the time.
Y'all,
And
I'm fixing to punch
I'm
him
a
in
rocker.
his stomach right here because
Ooh, that was big.
well,
Do that again.
stop it.
Ooh, that was big. Yeah. One
Anyway,
more time.
no.
One more time.
No. Anyway,
Please. One more time.
no. Anyway,
Big stomach.
anyway, I'm sorry if you can't hear us. I know the wind is like, but we're on the porch, and it's just was too cool of a conversation just to let go, and it just made me think of the time that when we were young and he was trying to help me because I was trying to take care of the kids and I was having to do the laundry and the dishes and my house wasn't clean and all that, and I would get so frustrated with him because his version of clean was not my version of clean. His version of help was not my version of help. And I think we get um, bent out of shape because someone wants to help us and we don't want their help. We want the expectation of our help when we should just take the help they're giving us. And this is what someone is going to say. If I take their help and they do it, then I'm going to have to go back and fix it.
Or I'm going to owe them.
Or yeah, or I'm gonna owe them. That's a serious one because a lot of people don't like to owe people, and they're like, nah, no, thank you, I'll do it myself. For me, it's not even about that. I'll take some help, but for me, it's like, I'm sorry, my hand was cramping, y'all. Um, but for me, I will take some help. But at the same time, I think we have to give clear direction. if we're a person who is like, I don't want it that way, I want it this way, type thing. Because not everything is common sense, even though we think that it's not. Kind of like with Floppy, if you just got on and you didn't hear the beginning story, Floppy the bird, that I'm trying to save right now, she needs the help, but she doesn't want the help. And I'm trying to give her help, but how can I help someone who doesn't want the help? And we say that all the time when we're trying to help our brothers or our sister or our family member who is in desperate need, but they won't accept the help. Maybe because of pride, maybe because of
Fear.
fear, yeah.
Shout out, check out this week's series, Fixing to Start, Phobia.
A phobia, wow.
Shameless plug for
Shame.
next series. Okay, sorry.
That was. But I don't know. We were just talking about it, and I just felt like uh, us talking about, how do you define help? I think you need to think about that. And I think you need to think about the project that you're going to ask help. And I think you need to have clear expectations and not even just
Well,
expectations.
if you're the helper
Yeah.
or the helpee.
Well, yeah. But I think you have to have a list.
Well, I think, maybe not just a list, but I'm just like, whoever the helper needs to know, have clear expectations. But the helpee, the person who's being helped, needs to have clear expectations of the help that they're
Yeah.
wanting.
Am I going to get paid? Is this for free? Am I going to owe you after this?
Yeah, like
Stop shaking your leg. Sorry.
Yay!
Right?
We don't know who that was,
We don't. We just wave at everyone that
but
goes
everybody
by.
honks at us.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
That was it. Oh, I was just saying that we have to set parameters, expectations for the helpee and the helper, because a lot of times those things look different. And so, maybe making a list is something that you need to do, but you definitely need to communicate what type of help that you're wanting.
Yeah.
And then that's if you're the helpee. And then if you're the helper, you need to define what type of help you're willing to give.
Oh, you-
What level of commitment are you willing to help at?
Yeah. This is a really good one. This is a really good one. This is me talking about the kids. They're going to do an auction. The youth are going to do an auction, and they are going to auction off their services. And their services, they can clean houses, mow lawns, things like that. But I think they're going to have to make a list, because if I hire someone to come and do my laundry or my lawn, I'm not gonna want them to trim my bushes without asking me, because then they might, what do you always say?
Kill 'em.
Prune them too short.
Prune them, not trim them.
Yeah, yeah.
different things.
Yeah. They may not weed and I want it edged, or they may not pick up all the weeds or whatever it is. But if I don't set those expectations, then they don't know. So what kind of help do you really want? Or what kind of help do I really want? Or what kind of help does Floppy even want, type thing. So I don't know. It just made me think about it. And poor Floppy, she does
I
need help.
believe I can fly.
She cannot. Her wing is
I
not.
remember flying around,
Yeah,
but my leg is broken now on the ground.
I don't. I don't know if her leg is broken. If you want to see a picture, I will send it to you. If you know something about birds, please tell me, because poor Floppy needs some help. She was sitting in the sun today, y'all, just baking, and she was like dozing in and out. You know how you get when you're hot. So he comes in. I tried to give her a plate of water. She didn't want it. I poured water on the ground around her. She didn't want it. He starts pouring water all over her, and poor Floppy can't fly, so she's like, and I'm like, she didn't ask for your help,
It was
homie.
anointing.
Oh,
It was
okay,
the Holy Ghost
okay,
water.
okay. Anyway, so it just made me think about it, and I know that, like I said, we're not gonna do a podcast in the morning. We just thought that this was a really good conversation, and
This is the podcast.
yeah, this is the podcast for the morning. So if you didn't get to watch it, then you can watch it. Shout out to all of you guys who listen to us rant and rave every Wednesday morning. I know it's your thing, and I know it's not a Wednesday, but thank you for tuning in anyway to our porch conversations. And maybe that's what our podcasts need to go to,
Uh-oh, here we go.
because I like it. Anyway, that's it.
That's it.
You don't have nothing else?
No.
You're not gonna
Big-
sing?
No, I already sang, but you cut me off.
I cut you off 2 verses in.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you soon. Our neighbor's here, so we gotta go. Okay, bye.